Also in hurricane news, Obama ordered the DHS to control hurricanes. This is another story that we have reported and taken criticism for, and yet, as Melissa Moulton pointed out, we actually have the documents archived by the Washington Post showing that NOAA, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, acknowledged three things. One, that Project Storm Fury existed. InfoWars has interviewed many times in the past Ben Livingston, a former Navy physicist who briefed President Johnson on the effectiveness of weather control back in the 1960s. Now, Livingston asserts that hurricane control was a national priority of the government more than 40 years ago, and that the technology is fully operational to control weather at the time. Also interesting in this document is the fact that NOAA has refused to participate in DHS's H.A.M.P program. That's a Hurricane, Aerosol, and Microphysics program. In doing that, they turned down a $64 million project, and they've had their funding cut every year since. Now, the question I have, possibly you have too, is why is the Department of Homeland doing hurricane research? Are they just megalomaniacs trying to get their tentacles in every aspect of the government? I mean, that's something we should worry about, because wherever the DHS goes, we lose due process, we lose our freedoms, and they get more bureaucratic power. Or are they getting involved because they want to make disasters that they can then use as pretenses for gaining more power for the central government?
I want to show you chem dumps that are actually showing up on satellite imagery in Hurricane Sandy or FRANKENSTORM. These are not illuminated by the sun. This is the middle of the night. These are chem dumps that are being dumped in this storm. As you can see, there is also a persistent stationary chemtrail. One more time, as she emerges, she's hit with a chem dump to get her going again. Do you see the coastline of North Carolina, South Carolina, all the chemtrails that are fast and furiously put there on the edge of Hurricane Sandy? Now come up here. Look at all of this infrasonic undulation you've got it going on up here, you've got it going up down here in North Carolina. All of the infrasonic undulation going on. And what does infrasonic undulation do? It pushes the storm. Look at the direction of the infrasonic undulation. It is pushing that storm. Let's say this red hot thing here is a positive polarity. In other words, its magnetism is positive. It has a positive charge to it. And this cyclonic energy is also a positive polarity. They would push against each other, and that would cause this system to turn away from it. That's exactly how a perpetual motion generator works when it's generating energy or electricity. I also want you to notice that when this is taken away and Sandy loses energy, it was theorized that just as she started to regain energy, these puffs of billowing smoke vapors that came out of her very near her eye were hot vapors. They were hot clouds, steamy clouds that were coming up out of it and being forced out of it. Well, this is a temperature horizon polarization map. And heat shows up in red on this map. Okay, so we know that this little polarity here is red, so it's hot. And we know that it's causing this to become hot. It's agitating Sandy in her eye to become hot. When it lets go, she cools down. It's letting go, she's cooling down. But before she has any momentum, before she gathers momentum, there is no heat in that eye billowing up. I'm telling you, what we were seeing in those billows of smoke was chem dumps. To get her going again, this polarity would go down, making it safe for the airplane to go in, deploy its chem dump, and the polarity would be re-engaged. At which point, she would gain momentum and the blowing of the billowy clouds would look like heated clouds coming up when she regains her momentum. Well, it's actually the opposite thing that's happening. She's being forced into momentum by a singularity, a singular polarity. Now I would like to show you the direction from which that singular polarity came. It came from the east-southeast direction up here. Let me show you what's there. This is Arecibo Observatory. It is a TTA, it's a Tesla Tech array. It is capable of frequency of just about any range. It is one of the most enormous TTAs on the planet. It is capable of creating a massive polar singularity through frequency, through emitting frequency. This is Rev Michelle Hopkins. Thank you for watching, everyone, and God bless you.